Vipers back with more Football Manager. I know I'm playing this a lot right now. I'm quite happy with the. I'm happy with the game because I get to play the women, and like I said in the last stream, I want more people to play the women's teams. If you're not happy with the game, try doing something different that you haven't had the ability to do before. Clara. No, she has a future transfer arranged. Clara was a player that we regularly picked up. Not a good passer, but she's got that height, the jumping reach, and the heading we always worked on. But inconsistent with the work permit. Now, Clara does play for her national team. They don't really love her. She's so many cons. I don't remember having this many cons. Let's see what these are. Has work to do on. She doesn't have to cross the ball. She's a striker. Need to learn the language. That's not a con. You just send them on language lessons. That's not a con also, right? At this moment, yeah, we can't. At a young age, she's going to adapt. She's only 21 years old. She would fit in after she learns the language. Consistent. Yeah, well, she's 21. What kind of cons are these? Currently lacks the game intelligence to compete at higher levels. Well, we've had her in the game, and she's fantastic. I don't remember how she performed in our WSL season that we played. And core group. None of these are really cons. She's 21. A wonder kid. And she only got a B+ because of this. Since she plays internationally, the problem is when we picked her up before she was 19, had not played for her nation yet, but now she plays for her nation. So I think that we'd be able to pick her up. Now, is she going to be the striker we pick up? I don't know about that. I've had good luck with her in the past, but that was in WSL2 mostly. So she is a wonder kid though. And you can see they're just blitzing through the wonder kids. I looked into her for defense. Good heading. Decent jumping reach. Fairly tall. Good marking, tackling. But I got two really good defense people now. Katie Reed. Tall. Defense again. Is English. Didn't want to come to us, I don't think. Mia is unfortunately not quite what I'm looking for. Again, a wonder kid though. Like all this stuff's gonna go up. But I did want to pick up taller people there, so if we come to our tactics, Jones is 180 centimeters tall, jumping reach. She has to work on her heading. But when that ball comes over, well, actually this way, when the ball gets crossed by their team and she's in here defending, Cordellino is also in here and she's not tall. It's one of the reasons why I'm going to have to sell her, and Barry will float out here. Barry is tall. Jones, when the balls come across, Jones is tall enough to get her head on the ball. Corbin has to go. She is not good enough. When the ball comes over, you can regularly see the player she's covering get their head on the ball. All these people need good heading. The reason why you need them here is twofold, and it's very important on these two people. These people, they end up in the box and they can head the ball occasionally, but it's not the most important. Normally they're here and they're taking shots. But these people will end up in the box here covering because these people are all out of position or whatever. And we've seen this before with Atkinson in the box and whoever was playing there last year being here and not being good at heading the ball. And a goal going in because they're not tall and they can't cover this. Gonzalez doesn't have that problem. Oh, she does have that problem. Well, she's the only one I could sign, okay? So, Gonzalez. She's not as terrible as the other players we've had there, but yeah, she needs to work on her aerial. So, it's just having players like this on the field is very important for dealing with those crosses. On this side of the ball gets crossed over and they're here on the far side of the 6-yard box. And if they can't head the ball into the net, Atkinson had, I think, 13 heading or something like that, but no jumping. So if the ball, like Priscilla, if the ball hits her in the head, it's great. She can't jump. She's decently tall. She'd practice jumping. But anyways, I could have played through this part off screen. But I didn't think of that. I just had lunch and came back and felt like playing again. So our under 21 goalkeeping coach, what was he before? I'm really curious to see whether these things go up. One of the things in the hockey manager games is none of the coaches ever improve. Which, in real life, do they improve? I think if you get more experience, you can get better. Like Dallas Eakins, for example, came up from the AHL, and he's a pretty reasonable NHL coach. The Toronto guy, what's his name? Shit, can't remember. I repress memories of Toronto. But he came up from the AHL, and he's a pretty decent coach. So I think you can improve, and I would like to see that brought into this game if it's not here right now. And I'd like to see it brought into the hockey game. That game is really boring to stream, though. And you can even see when the developers stream. I watch them because I like the game, but they don't get a lot of views. No. Well, this is not my berry, is it? No. Okay. Kara Berry. I might have picked her up at one point, but well, she could play where Cordolino is. But we have Fiona Berry to play there. She's tall and can jump and can head the ball. I don't like fairly susceptible to injuries there, though. Chelsea, because they beat us, they got Manager of the Month again for the second month in a row. Chelsea won the... I should have really won it the first month, as we had outscored them at that point and won all their games in the first month. But they probably played one more game than us because our Arsenal game got delayed. Yeah, they're really going through our Wonder Kid list. So this was a goalie that I thought of in the past. She's tall, can jump, so she's not going to get chipped. And she's quite inexpensive. And she is a Wonder Kid, which I'm not sure our goalie in the under 21s is. So this is a goalie that I'll keep my eyes on. And she doesn't hate big games or anything. Mary Detroyer plays for Blue Nary as a squad player though. Super fast, but she's just counter to what I've just discussed earlier. The Swedes can be tall. That's not especially tall, but she is taller than Cordolano and can jump and head the ball a little bit. We'd have to work on her aerial. And she does play on the left, so she's taller than Gonzalez. Interesting. And she must have a work permit because she plays for Spurs. And she doesn't hate big games or anything. So, yeah, it's nice to be getting the scouting on the short list because you don't know. Some of them do hate big games. And that is... What are they suggesting here? I'm not doing Gonzalez. I'm not changing anything here. What? Taylor... Taylor doesn't have good crossing. We only have one. Jones is the only one that can cross the ball. I wouldn't mind getting Kitching out on the field, but I want Barry out. I think Everton's a stronger contender than West Ham, so looks like Chelsea won their game. So, yeah, we're going to have to... if we want to keep pace, we're going to have to win this game. They ask about her because we're on the short list. And I think you don't want to say there's no story because then it makes it look like you're not interested in the player and they're less likely to sign for you, maybe. It doesn't really fit with my narrative. Let's do a save here. Don't know why. I just get used to saving. But you can see, I don't... If I lose... That's the way the cookie crumbles. McInnes hasn't been lighting it up. Six appearances, no goals. 16 finishing, but not a Wonder Kid, so can't really blame her. She probably doesn't belong in this, in the WSL. No. I don't know if I'm going to play attacking. We've had some good results with defense, and Everton is a good team. I don't want to lose to Everton, for example. Might attack against West Ham, who are relegation candidates. Jones to Eilenberg. Here we go. Barry, Blanc. Jones, Cordellino, Barry. Ooh, Gonzalez open and Priscilla not fouled, apparently. And is this the Journey one where we lost the ball? Oh no. What the fuck was that? Why you show me that? I do like seeing the march up the field, though. It was a nice march up the field. But it's not really a highlight if we didn't even get a shot in net. That was a great pass, and that's a great pass. And can Gonzalez do something magical with it? Is he too? She is. She plays it over to McInnes, who I just complained wasn't scoring. But there, McInnes actually gets the ball in the net. Hard to miss from that angle. And she really rushes back to get into a spot to take that shot. So there's the pass over. Well, you could miss from there, actually. Wasn't right in front of the net. But she put it in the near post, and the goalie couldn't react in time. Can't shout anything to my team. Maybe if we score here. But we're likely to lose the ball, as I've said before. This rule isn't really holding true anymore. Maybe I just had selection bias. Can McInnes score twice? She can. Making up for lost time. Go McInnes. That was a great pass from Barry as well. And we can see they've formed a relationship in the tactic screen, right? So that means they're more likely to connect in situations like that. There's a foul probably right there where we got stuck in and slide tackled somebody. I think Gilardi had the top corner covered. And Cordellino's there to run with the ball. Can people get up to her? No. Okay, well, that's the end of that. Okay, they started with the ball, which hasn't been a rule lately, so who knows what's going to happen here. It'd be crazy if they scored here. The 3 goals in the first half hour would be insane in a football match. And it is insane. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, run back to center with the ball. Can't shout to my team now. And they have 1 shot on net. Yeah, okay. The AI is famous for scoring on their 1 shot on net. And what you'll often see is everyone scores their first goal of the year against you. That's a Football Manager meme. It'll be like the last game of the season or Champions League final, and it'll be their first goal of the season against you. It always comes against you. So we have 4 shots on net, but only 1 goal, 2 goals actually, so that's fine. No, I'm happy. We're beating Everton. It's fine. We didn't have Mapone and Eilenberg last time, for example, and Blanc in the middle last time. We had Finn last time we were in the WSL. And Finn's not anywhere close to as good as Blanc there. Or Flannery, for that matter. Who I should play more often as Blanc is a star, so maybe at 60 minutes I'll get Flannery, and she's not worse than Blanc, just different. So let's do that sub. As Flannery is a wonder kid, and I really want her to play a lot. Man City's kicking Arsenal's ass. We have been taking it to them. 6 shots now. No highlights, not dangerous shots. Right at the goalie or whatever. 7 shots on target. Gets a bit frustrating when it starts getting into this number and you only have 2 goals and no highlights to show the shots that didn't really work out. Means they weren't that dangerous. 11 corners, no highlights this time. We have Mapone and Flannery on the field now. It's been a couple weeks off. No one's in terrible shape. I'm just going to leave it like this. Oh, can we get one near the end? You have Gonzalez there in case the ball comes back out. It gets headed back out. So Barry takes her time. Mapone gets her head on it and scores the second goal. Oh my god, we are scoring. That's 2 goals in our, 7 games now, or 6 games or whatever. But it just started happening. We scored last game and we're scoring this game. And yeah, she gets her head on the ball. Perfect by Barry. I think Barry might be better at corners than the people we've had before. We can praise when we're up by 2. That's a key goal because it allows us to... it makes so little difference at this stage of the game. But let's do it. Just waste a bit of time now. Just hold up the ball. And there we go. 15 shots, 8 on target, 3 goals. I don't know if a header counts as a shot on net. It must. Okay, yeah, I would assume it is. They had way more possession. That's standard in the WSL right now because we're just not there yet. In a few years, we'll be maintaining possession 50-50, I would assume. Clear-cut chances, 2. We scored 3 times, so that's good. And corners, 13, 1 goal. 1 highlight, 1 goal. That's okay. I'm happy with our completed passes. Depends how aggressive they're being. They intercepted some of the passes there, I guess. 22% of our crosses got through. We didn't get any highlights for that. A few more fouls. Ran a bit more. You're going to when they have more possession, and I'm pretty happy with this. Excellent win. No negative Nancy there. I've seen McInnes have better games. She scored twice. Ban. You always get this person here. Oh, wow, lots of comments, though. Brilliant. Imagine. Difficult to pick out a player. Sunderland superb. Only 1 negative Nancy. So pretty good. Oh! Twists and turns. I want to see what happened here. Oh, why was I looking at that? This happened today. I'm glad for Villa to beat City. They're one of the competitors. It doesn't show the game sheet to say how it went. And that's 3 days ago. Why is it showing that to me? So, yeah, anyways. Lauren James, Player of the Week. Does it say why? It's normally a good sign if our under 21s beat a team. Our attacking intent today. We played it defensive the whole game. Normally they would, in previous iterations of the game, it depended on your mentality. So if you were on positive or attacking, they were like, oh, you're playing attacking football, even if you were parking the bus or whatever. But here it seems to be more subtle. I'm not sure what. I guess because our base is attacking, like if you go to our tactic, it's attacking mentality. So maybe they take that, and when we change it in the game, they don't really take note of that, what we did in the game, rather just maybe the base mentality. I'm not sure what the answer is there. Oh, I saved the game. It doesn't crash anymore. I'm just used to saving the game. Oh, this is what I was looking for. Yeah. Like I've said before, that was my position in football, was center D or striker, based on how fast their strikers were. If they were fast, I had to play on defense. I'm not sure where the new intermediaries come from. Here's another Swede, but not one of the tall ones. So they want me... They always recommend this group. They don't think Barry's capable of playing here, but Barry scored some goals and made some good passes. And is better than Kitching. Taking a drop. Avoid the drop. This is too early to avoid the drop by beating Manchester United. And our under 21s did win. So Priscilla is injured for 11 days to 2 weeks. Went to Continental A, under 21's coach. Yeah, I don't know what he was before. Maybe I should check. Why is she getting to send all her? Rebecca Holloway. Not one of mine. Lexi Misomo. Yeah. Not a wonder kid though. So let's go to our match day tactics, and out comes Priscilla, and in goes Barry, and in comes Kitching. And I'm gonna put Riglar on 60 minutes. Roberts on 60 minutes. They need to get match sharpness. They need to do that. Now Taylor is a wonder kid. She needs to work on that crossing. Who wants her on loan? TNS, I don't know who that is. Broderick is also and Pierce. So I'm gonna save this game because I just changed a bunch of stuff there. Who has the best left foot out of these two? Left foot is weak, so she's good on the right. Fairly strong, so yeah, this is fine. Libby can play on the left side there. Where is London City here? 7th? Good response. The media has been kind to us. I think Barry will do okay there. She is one of the possibilities for replacing her. I know this is becoming trite at this point, but we're new to the WSL, so let's give ourselves the best chance possible by being defensively responsible and not risking too much. If I'm down in a game, I'll go very attacking or whatever. We're starting with more of the ball, but it's very early. Eilenberg to Mapone, takes it down nicely. Corbin, McInnes, Gonzalez. Corbin is with her. They have formed a relationship. So Blanc to Barry. Kitching is going to shoot. What a great save. The keeper did tip that into the crossbar. It was going into the top corner. That was a very good save. Here's a slide tackle or something out here that resulted in a free kick. We got our head on the ball though. not out fast enough to get it. And pretty hopeful shot. Our goalie didn't even bother trying to save that, which is a bit concerning. Got a second shot on net, nothing going yet though. Oh good, the encourage went through. If we do happen to score here, it's not going to make everyone frustrated. Kitching finds Gonzalez uncovered. What a ball. Cordolino to Kitching, misses the net. I don't know if it was Cordolino who headed that to Kitching or the other player, but whatever, got to Kitching. Well, son of a bitch. We're away from home. Again. This is not the Colliery grounds. Come on, people. Well, actually, they've kind of brought the numbers to be equal here, so. I don't look like you're not under super pressure there. Why just kick it away? And of course, they're having no problem moving the ball around. Oh my fucking god, a penalty. Son of a bitch. What a save by Ghilardi. Thank you very much. It wasn't the best. Oh my god, we're fouling like crazy. I'm going to remove this. We can't really have this many fouls in the game when we're trying to get even. That was a great header by Eilenberg there. Got it to who we needed it to go to. Cordolino. Jones is going to run up with the ball. She's pretty quick, so she can go all the way. There she goes. And Barry, not quite there with the heading yet. She's got to work on that. Good interruption there by Jones. Interception. Cordolino, make yourself available. She's in the middle of the pitch instead of out wide. And can she score? She can. What a shot. Curled it away from the goalie. And put it right off the post and in. This is a terrific shot. Post and in. Goalie might have got a hand on it or something, but didn't. So you can see Cordolino and Gonzalez are. I don't really have people to play in those areas. That was pretty good, tying it up near the end of the half. And again, in the highlights, you see the exceptions. So when we're not intercepting passes or missing passes or whatever, it's the exception. Kitching is going to get here. Lose the ball, but good coverage by Cordolino. Kitching again. Cordolino plays a beautiful ball to Barry. And she makes a mistake there and hits the post. Could that have been the winning goal? Probably not, but let's see what happens. Completely open. Oh my god. It's not just them though, it's me too. Like, and those players are open. They're not allowed to walk into the box like that in real life, but they are open in real life. It's insane to watch. It bothers me less now since I've been watching a bit more football, because Sunderland does show, they live stream the under 21s and the under 19s because there's no licensing for those games. So you can see those entire games on the Sunderland live channel on YouTube. And so I've been watching them. And those players are always open, so it's just a bit weird. This is a journey one. Mapone intercepted that pass way out to Cordellino, who's open, of course. And she can't get the ball through, but she does in the end. Can Barry make up for the past mistake? No, she cannot. It goes out for a corner. I'm hoping that means we get a corner highlight, because otherwise that was a bit... we do. Gonzalez to Mapone. Let's Mapone get your head on this, please. Please. She doesn't. It looked close though, but we've got our people out ready to get that second ball in. And Gonzalez tries to curl it into the far side of the post, and she just can't make it. So, let's see what happens. We have a lot of tall players. Mapone gets her head on the ball, but there's no one out. And she, of course, puts in a world-class fucking finish. I put people here. I've tried putting 4 people here. You cannot stop this from happening. Now, most players don't make a world-class shot like that. But, like, these players are told to be right here. And you can see only Gonzalez is actually standing in a spot. But she's standing over here for no fucking reason instead of covering any of these players. And the other player that was told to be out here is not here to block that ball. And that's Kitching, I think, is supposed to be there. Sorry, phone call. Of course, a spam call. So yeah, that's you can't. That's a problem in this game. I'm nearly positive in FM23 you could stop that, because you could place your players a bit more directly. It's a bit unfortunate. A header battle. It looks like we're going to be losing this game. But let's just realize that we don't have much choice in the matter now. And let's also We took an injury. Got a very tired player. Kana is not that. She's not a winger. Well, she has better crossing than anyone else we'd put there. Jones can come out for Taylor. Let's get our Wonder Kid. She sucks at crossing. Cordellino is on the right, which means anyone that can play on the right, Roberts, can come up for her. She can cross the ball also. I did make the field as big as it could be this year. Yeah, this doesn't look good. Fucking hell, Mapone missed the header. Yeah, they can relax. Fuck. Yeah, I don't need to see it again. Man more, let's go. This is not what I want out of my team. We had shots on net. They scored a worldie. They scored on a corner. We rarely get scored on corners. A couple unfortunate goals against. Close to another one. I've had 3 stoppages, so I'm not allowed to swap out Corbin or anything. Well, this was our second game. When we play those games in a week, 3 games in a week, it's going to be fucking brutal. You can see our players couldn't even make it through the game. Yeah, I don't look disheartened. Yeah, well, you didn't play well, did you? We're still in Europe because Man City sucks. We have a game in hand against everyone, but Chelsea's running away with this title. I still think I'm just going to finish in 6th or whatever. This is just a pipe dream, pretty much, because I won't be able to beat Man United. I couldn't even beat London City. I beat them in friendlies, but that game we just played pathetic. West Ham is going down. And yeah, I don't need to. No, we did have a player take a knock. There's no post-game press conference for this one. Cordellino on form for Sunderland, really? Callie Jones is injured for 1 day. Okay, that's fine. Maya Owen, another wonder kid. $0. And she plays not in my system. So We're coming up on the opening of the, well, it's not till January. I should go here, training, individual training, and criticize the training. This is, in the previous iterations of the game, this is how you got your various stats up, by criticizing the training. If it's red, you can do it. I'm gonna try it here. Yeah, because 6 is pretty low still. It's just on that side of it. I think the rest of these are fine. I'm gonna try this. Yeah, 6.1. So it doesn't just have to be red. Look for anyone right at that 6 level. And this used to work on I don't know how to see my own stats, but it used to work on your discipline and stuff like that. So that's probably it for today. A 3-1 win and a 3-1 loss. We lost to the team that was worse than Everton. But again, an unusual goal. We've got a lot of good headers on the field. And Mapone, you could see, jumped for that ball but missed it. So unfortunate. Again, you see the exceptions. And then that worldie from outside the box. But I really wish there was a way to line your people up outside the 18-yard and not have them run into the 18-yard box. There's no fucking reason for them to do that. If they have 2 or 3 players outside the box, that means you can have 2 or 3 players outside the box blocking those people, stopping them from getting the ball or at least getting a shot away. But you can't do it in this game. So there are things about this game I don't like, even though I'm getting to play the women's team. And there's fun stuff to do. It's fun to play the women's team. But you can see on defense, I got 2 people out here. I've tried putting more people out here. And they don't stay here. You want the player to be up here, right? Edge of area. You can't stay forward far. No, that puts them all the way up there. No. Basically, they don't stay here, though. And you could see our player just stood there like a zombie while the 2 players on here were unmarked. There's no chance that the people watch my stream. I know they do react to things that streamers say and everything like that, but I'm not one of them. Not somebody they would pay attention to at this point. I've only started this because I got to play the women. I wouldn't be, if this game had come out and you could just play the men still, I wouldn't be putting anything online. But like I said, I haven't seen anyone else playing the women online. I don't know if there's a way. I wish there was a way we could say just stay right here. Right here. Block those headers out. We get a header out and it goes right to their feet and they get a worldy shot in there. So yeah, that's a problem. And who's our center forward? Priscilla, if she's on the field. Cordellino's a good one because she's got good pace and can run away with the ball. Not that Priscilla is exactly slow either, but 14 versus 16, right? So, all right, that's it for this episode. move on with our life here, and that might be the last video I show for today. So leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment if there's anything you think I should be doing differently, or if there's a player you want me to get in January that you've had good luck with in your games if you play the women's teams. But I don't think anyone else is doing that, so whatever. Anyways, that last game, just a couple unlucky goals, but and we didn't exactly score, but we didn't have Priscilla out there. We had to screw up our team a little bit. So I think if we had our top 11 and they didn't just play 2 full days earlier, that maybe we'd have had a better result there. So I'm not going to blame my team too much for that. All right. See you guys in the next video.